think is our first solo raising of a poppy flag. And before I present the mayor with his poppy, I would like to read a poem called "Why Wear a Poppy?" "Please wear a poppy," the lady said, and held one forth, but I shook my head. Then I stopped and watched as she offered them there, and her face was old and lined with care. But beneath the scars the years had made, there remained a smile that refused to fade. A boy came whistling down the street, bouncing along on carefree feet. His smile was full of joy and fun. "Lady," said he, "may I have one?" When she pinned it on, he turned to say, "Why do we wear a poppy today?" The lady smiled in her wistful way and answered, "This is Remembrance Day. And the poppy there is the symbol for the gallant men who died in war. And because they did, you and I are free. That's why we wear a poppy, you see." And I had a boy about your size with golden hair and big blue eyes. He loved to play and jump and shout. Free as a bird, he would race about. As the years went by, he learned and grew and became a man, as you will too. He was fine and strong with a boyish smile, but he seemed with us just a little while when war broke out and he went away. I still remember his face that day when he smiled at me and said, "Goodbye, I'll be back soon, Mom, so please don't cry." But the war went on and he had to stay, and all I could do was wait and pray. His letters told of the awful fight. I can see it still in my dreams at night, with the tanks and guns and cruel barbed wire, and the mines and bullets and bombs and fire. Till at last the war was won, and that's why we wear a poppy, son. The small boy turned as if to go, then said, "Thanks, lady, I'm glad to know. That sure did sound like an awful fight. But your son, did he come back all right?" A tear rolled down each faded cheek. She shook her head but didn't speak. I slunk away in a sort of shame, and if you were me, you'd have done the same. For our thanks in giving is oft delayed, though our freedom was bought and thousands paid. And so when we see a poppy worn, let us reflect on the burden borne by these who gave their very all when asked to answer their country's call, that we at home in peace might live, then wear a poppy, remember and give. And I would also like to let everybody know that as part of our remembrance program this year, we are working with the town on renovating our cenotaph at the top of the hill. The town has already finished setting up our electrical and moving it so it's more convenient. The planting has been done, and now the Legion Remembrance Committee is working on raising the money for engraving. We've had a memorial stone ordered that's been donated by Mr. Marr. It will be added and dedicated at the Remembrance Day service. This memorial stone will carry the double poppy maple leaf logo and say on it, "Lest we forget." And we are in the process of raising $2,700 to engrave on the cenotaph all the rest of the conflicts, because they stop at the Korean War, and as we all know, war did not end with the Korean War. And we have lost some very good young men in places like Afghanistan and Cyprus and Bosnia and a lot of other conflicts that aren't recognized. After this year, when we raise this $2,700, they will be recognized on our cenotaph, and on the back of the cenotaph will be engraved our honor roll. So if you see this little note hanging around the branch, that's what it's for. It's not something that you're being asked to contribute to, but if you'd like to be part of the honor, you're more than welcome. And now I would like to present the mayor with the poppy. First poppy to be given out in the Crystal Beach Ridgeway area.